Hey, my name is Connor Boylan, if you don't know me, and in this short video, I'm going to show you guys how I went from 0 to 68K a month selling my knowledge online with just one funnel, one list, and one skill. And that was in my first business, which I'll tell you about in a second. I am now doing this again for a second time with the help of AI, and I'm going to show you how that works. Now, to me, the best part about this business is the freedom. That's my core value that I'm driven by. It's why I do this. I don't really care about Lambos and wealth and flashy lifestyles. I do care very much about not living life in an office. I like to be able to travel and go wherever I want and see the world and just get out and enjoy my life and enjoy the money that I make. I care very much about taking care of my mom, Anita, here in this picture. I care about spending quality time with people that I love and not having to sacrifice my relationships because I'm working so hard to try and survive or make money to provide. And I care very much about supporting other entrepreneurs on the path. I get a lot of fulfillment from giving back to you guys and sharing what I know and helping other people to succeed. This is me here on a webinar with a lot of you guys, and this is me speaking at Copy Accelerator Live, which is a pretty big mastermind in the internet marketing space. So that is my why, if you will. That's why I do this. It's what drives me. I also want to start by saying that if you are skeptical when you hear people claim, certain income claims or what they've built in their business, and if you think that's bullshit or you're just really skeptical about that, please just leave. I'm really done trying to open people's minds if their minds are closed. This video is for serious entrepreneurs who just want to learn the truth about how this business works, how it actually works from someone who's actually done it several times and helped others to do it as well. Also, if you are that kind of person and you want my help to do this with your business, please watch this video and then DM me on Instagram with the word coaching. It is me in my DMs. I don't have any setters or closers, and I promise I'm not going to hard close you or pressure you. If I do, you're not really a good fit anyways. But for people who want my help, watch this video and then DM me coaching on Instagram and let's talk. So first of all, let's just get the proof out of the way. This was my revenue in year one doing this business model. I did 1.3 million my first year. Here's an example of some of my daily sales when this strategy really started to take off for me. This is back in the day when I sold on ClickBank, if you're familiar with that. On an average, this is the kind of revenue that my business would do every month. That's 68K in profit. I do like to share profit margins. If you see a lot of people sharing their top line revenue and they're not telling you how much profit they're making, it's hard to trust. How much money are you really keeping in your business? And what you probably care about is client results. Who have I helped to do this that's not me? So my client Chandler went from being an overworked hairstylist to launching an offer that did 300K in his first year. Anderson conquered 5 years of imposter syndrome where he wanted to launch a product and didn't. I helped him launch it. He hit 200 sales a month. Samani launched a business with my help in 2 weeks while working a full-time job. And Maria was losing money and her funnel was failing. I helped her fix it. We hit 200 sales a month after wasting thousands on other products and coaches that really didn't deliver for her. And I've had over 2,500 other course creators and coaches and info product people come through my programs over the last year since I've been building. I want to tell you really quick how I got here. So I started as an engineer. I did not go to school for business or marketing or anything else. I was a mechanical engineer. I worked for SpaceX, which I'm sure you've heard of, helping to design rockets. And I was very unhappy with that job and that lifestyle, being a full-time employee. It wasn't really the path for me. Everybody around me was super passionate about their work, coming in early, staying late. They loved working for the company, and I just didn't. I knew that that wasn't my path. And I ended up quitting to work for a company called the Tao of Badass, which is a dating advice company for men. They taught men how to improve their social skills and their confidence in their dating life and to meet higher quality women. It's a very different path from engineering. And on that path, I learned everything about the info product business. I learned how to do coaching live and in person or on the phone. I learned how to do phone sales to sell that coaching, high ticket programs, anywhere from $3,000 to $6,000. And I learned copywriting, the art of selling with your words, from just a bunch of regular guys who figured out how to make millions of dollars online. And I learned from the inside out working for their company. From there, I started to build my own funnels and my own lists and figuring out how it would work for myself, all driven by copywriting. That is the number one skill you need to have in this business. I learned to run paid ads. I learned to sell my own offers and to grow my own email lists, and all selling what I learned in the dating and personal development world. So when I say that I built my first business to 68K a month, 1.3 million in the first year, I was selling dating advice and personal development for men, not courses on how to sell courses or coaching on how to sell coaching or any of that other stuff, because I know a lot of you guys ask. Eventually, I walked away from that business. It earned me a lot, gave me a big runway to make a new move into something else, but I realized it's not really aligned with who I am as a person and who I'm becoming. I don't really want to put my name and work out there anymore, helping guys solve their dating problems. I think there's more out there for me to do. And so I started a second business selling functional beverages, and I'll tell you more about that in a second. And I started a third business, which is the one I'm in now, AI and business training for entrepreneurs. That business has done 6 figures in year 1, and we're on my way to 7 as we speak. And I want to tell you, after all that experience, what I see happening today and where I think a lot of people are stuck and confused, because there is now more opportunity today than when I started almost 8 years ago, 10 if you really think all the way back to the beginning. There's so much more opportunity now, but there's also a lot more misinformation and confusion. I did not have AI when I started, and media has changed a lot, but the business model that works is still the same. And I'm going to show you what it is. But the problems that I see with the people that follow me, and I talk to you guys a lot and I listen, and the 2 problems you tell me you have the most are, number 1, that social media feels like a rat race. It's kind of the same 9-to-5 rat race that you started your business to escape. You got to show up every day consistently. You clock in, you pay your dues, you put in the time, and you're not really sure what it's all adding up to. People are telling you to chase views and followers at all costs without any idea of how that adds up to a business. And they're doing a lot of shallow, low-level things to get attention, chasing trends, and the algorithms and trends change on you constantly. Problem number 2 is chasing ROAS, that's return on ad spend, from low-margin funnels like a low-ticket digital product. Ad costs have risen across the board. This is shown in like Meta's public transparency and like what things cost. And a lot of people started their business running low-ticket products with small profit margins. And as ad costs rise and competition rises, those margins shrink even lower. It takes incredible skill and scale, volume of people, volume of buyers to actually make a profit margin from low-ticket funnels on day 1. And I can tell you that because I actually lived it. I can tell you that better than almost anyone who's actually marketing this to you right now, because I lived it. I made millions of dollars doing it. It is harder today than it was a few years ago. And if that is currently squeezing you, if you're trying to do the low ticket digital product thing and you're not sure how it's supposed to make money, it's not really your fault. Those types of funnels are harder and harder to draw profit from on day 1. And what I can tell you is that the only consistent proven funnel that makes a day 1 return on ad spend across the board proven, like if you're going to build one, build this one, is a high ticket funnel. And that means you need a $5,000 plus offer. You need a VSL funnel with a call booking system. You need appointment setters to make sure people show up for the calls. You need closers to handle the selling on the call. You probably need a community success manager to make sure your clients are happy. You have to manage a lot of moving parts. And while that is a totally valid business, and I'm not going to tell you it doesn't work, I know from talking to a lot of you that you don't want that. You don't want that kind of business with that kind of complexity. You want freedom, the same thing that I want. You want a low maintenance business. You want high profit margins. You want something that can profit and sustain you and make you money without consuming every moment of your life. And the truth is, you can't have that kind of freedom if you don't have control. And you do not control ad costs, and you don't control social media algorithms. So what do you control? How do you build this kind of business if it's not a complex high ticket funnel? If it's not running ads to a low ticket product and trying to squeeze a profit margin out of something on day 1? How does that work? Well, I learned this the hard way. I told you about my second business, selling a functional beverage, and I wanted to build a brand. I wanted to have an e-commerce store. I had a partner. We had this shared vision and this dream of how cool it would be to sell this functional beverage, and we failed miserably. We thought that the whole business was about making money from paid ads on day 1 and making a return on your ad spend. And we were able to do that for a while. In fact, we sold out our inventory. We got cocky. We thought we are such good marketers. We could sell anything. Our product is popping off. We're killing it. And so we took the money we earned and we ordered more. And we took some deals that maybe we shouldn't have and overextended ourselves, and everything fell apart. And the ads that were working stopped working. And so if you've ever run paid ads and wondered, like, how am I supposed to build a business off of this? I run ads, they work for a while and they stop. That happens to everyone. That's how paid advertising works. You have to stay on top of it. You have to have a good system, and you have to have a back end. We did not have a strong back end. We were depending on profit from paid advertising. And when everything started to fall apart, we dumped more money in trying to chase that loss. And eventually we wound up over $160,000 in debt. I put my own money into the business to try and save it, which was stupid. It just ate that up. And then I had no money. And we were now getting threatened by the people we owed money to, the manufacturers, with lawsuits, and even threatened personally. It was a very scary time in my life. I was under extreme pressure, and it drove me into a lot of anxiety and burnout and depression until I finally had to walk away and say, look, the numbers are the numbers. There's no way we're saving this. We have no more money. It's dead. We have to walk away. Like, this is just never going to win. And when I walked away from that, I swore I will never try to build a business again if it depends on making a profit from paid ads, especially on day 1. I really want to explain this to you guys and give you the nuance, because I'm never going to tell you don't run paid ads. They're dead. They don't work. I just want you to know what the real truth about what happens behind the scenes. Paid ads are volatile. You know, if you're depending on spending money on ads today, and you need to make that money back today, you're in a very precarious position. It only gets harder. And I don't want you to build your business that way. And I swore that I would never build my business that way again. So here's a dumb but important question for you guys. Do you want making money in your business to be easier, or do you want it to be harder? Okay, if you want it to be harder, and hopefully I've made the case for you, go ahead and chase day one ROAS. Go ahead and chase low ticket profit margins, faceless marketing, no brand, cold traffic conversion. That is the hardest thing to do. And again, I am more qualified to tell you this than almost anyone in this business because I actually did it. I actually pulled it off. It is fucking hard. If you want making money to be easier, put out organic content, show your face, build trust with people, show people you can actually help them by actually helping them. And most importantly, build your email list, okay? If you want to grow your income, grow your email list. Email is still the #1 most reliable sales channel in online business, dating back to the dawn of email. It has always been this way. It still is today in 2026. It'll be that way probably 10 years from now. It's just not as sexy as ROAS on day one from a funnel, or popping off and going viral on Instagram and TikTok. Like, those things are sexy and everybody chases the sexy vanity metrics. But the most controllable, consistent sales channel in a business is and has always been an email list. It is the only marketing channel that you own. You control the conversation. No algorithm can limit your reach. No ad platform can eat up your profit margins. And ads are still a useful way to grow a business. But ads and front-end funnels are not your business. Your business, your actual business, is your list and the relationship that you build with that list, because you control it and no one can take it away from you. So this is the simplest method that works. Let me walk you through it really quick. First, you're going to post Instagram content to attract buyers. And the reason that I recommend Instagram is because you can integrate it really well with ManyChat to grow your email list. And also because I run ads through Meta later to scale this whole thing up. And so I like to post on the same platform where I'm running ads. So you post Instagram content to attract buyers, you commit to a clear and consistent message, then you target pain points and results. You don't chase trends. You care about people who are going to buy from you. You don't need attention from everyone in the world. You need attention from the right people. You're going to get them off Instagram and onto your email list. So we're turning your Instagram into a conversion funnel, and we're using lead magnets and ManyChat automation to build your list. Then you're going to sell your offer or your offers to your email list, where you actually have control over how you promote and control over the whole conversation. And the strategy that you use really depends on you and what kind of business and what kind of life you want to have. And that's the beauty of owning your own list, is that you're the one calling the shots and you get to decide. So if you want to go big and you don't mind working really hard and spending a lot of time, you can sell a coaching group with regular workshops and promotions and just stack high ticket clients from your email list. If you don't want to coach and spend all that time and you'd rather work less, spend more time in your life with your family, doing stuff with your kids, then you can sell hands-off digital products that you build once and then sell forever. And they don't require you to trade your time for money once they're done. Whatever you sell, you start getting into a rhythm, you measure a profit every month, and then you reinvest a percentage of your profit in ads to grow the whole thing faster and under control. And you're using profit you already generated, and you're using validated organic content that you already posted. Now, where does AI fit into all of this? Well, I use AI in pretty much everything that I do, because to me, this entire business is 99% writing. And AI, especially Claude, is like the greatest writing tool that's ever invented. And I'm a copywriter by trade. That is my one skill, copywriting. And the ability to turn words into marketing and sales copy that makes you money is a highly valuable skill. And I use AI to do that at a pretty high level. AI fits into copywriting. It fits into marketing strategy and research. Email marketing, I now run my whole list with Claude and a writing agent. It can also help you with operations to take a lot of tedious and boring work off your plate so that you can move faster and get your time back. Because remember, we're in this business for freedom, not because we want to work really hard grinding all day on boring stuff that doesn't help. And finally, you can use it for design and visuals. Where does AI not belong? Well, anything that involves your creative thinking, that should come from you. Anything that involves human expression and personality. I do use AI to write, and I can write pretty well in my voice, but when I really need my personality to shine, I will always edit the final copy to make it sound like me. And then finally, complex AI agentic systems. You're going to hear a lot of this talk going forward, and I've probably contributed to that. I do use AI agents, but when people say they use 99 or 100 plus AI agents to run a whole business, if you're not running a massive business with a team and a lot of work to do, you do not need a massive complex system of agents. I literally just use one and it does great. Because like I said, this whole business is writing, and I have a writing agent that writes for me very, very well. You do not want to introduce complexity. You want simple. Simple is what scales. Complex will fail. Finally, I want to give you guys some quick advice. Just some general principles and guidelines that have really helped me from over 10 years in this game now. 6 of them successfully. The number one skill to develop overall in this business is copywriting. And that is the ability to sell with the written word. This whole business is built on writing. It is all scripts and formulas. AI cannot do your work for you, but it can enhance what you already know. So when you hear people complain about AI slop, amateurs with AI produce slop. Pros with AI can write copy that prints money. Claude writes the most human sounding copy by far. And if you train it on your voice and brand, it can write you drafts that are 90% ready to go. I do it every single day. Any marketing that you receive from me started out as an idea in my head that Claude wrote for me, got it 90% good enough. I took it all the way to 100 myself, and then I published it. It's a huge time saver. It cuts back on so much friction and context switching and effort. And it lets me go from idea to finished work 90% faster. It is such a goddamn gift. I love it. When it comes to low ticket funnels, you want to use them to liquidate your ad spend and build a buyer's list. And also, as people go through your low ticket offers, you use them to qualify high ticket clients, because a buyer who has spent time spending money and then spent time listening to you and they got a good result and good value from it is so much more likely to buy from you again and to spend more money with you compared to a freebie seeker who's never spent $1. You do not want to depend on low ticket funnels for day one profit, as I've hopefully made the case for you in this video. The real profit in this business is in your back end and your email list. You do not need 50 different content ideas when you're posting. You need to keep repeating the same 4 or 5 ideas from 50 different angles. Good marketing is about repeating yourself constantly. The best formula that I've found to get attention from buyers is identity plus specific result. Always speak to someone's self-interest. They don't care about you. They care about what's in it for them. And the best formula that I've found is content that basically communicates, hi, I'm a person just like you, and here's how I got the exact result that you want. If your content is targeting that kind of message, you're going to attract buyers. No one knows your offer exists. You are not being salesy by promoting all the time. You're making them aware of how you can help them solve their painful problem. I personally view selling as a very ethical and honest form of communication. And if you're sold on your own offer and you believe in what you do and you know it helps people, I believe it's your ethical duty to get it in front of as many people as possible. That mindset will serve you very well, especially if you struggle with imposter syndrome or just nervousness of promoting yourself in general. Do not listen to AI haters, the people who say that you shouldn't be using AI and it's wrong and it's inauthentic and they don't trust you. These people don't actually use AI, and so they don't know how good it can be. They're only judging by the lowest level people who put out slop, who are amateurs. These are the same people who said email would never replace fax machines and social media was just for kids. I don't know about you, but things don't go very well when you stand in the way of a world-changing technology and you refuse to adapt to it and you refuse to even try to learn it. And I guarantee you the people who hate AI will be using it in a few years and swear that they never said that. 90% of online experts are clickbait artists who prey on beginners who don't know any better. Do not get sucked into it. If you ever see someone's marketing and it gives you an icky feeling, like you're not sure what they're up to, but you can tell they're up to something, trust that feeling in your gut. I promise. Every time I've not trusted that feeling, I've regretted it. I think of those people now who are constantly just throwing out clickbait garbage. I think of them like adults jangling their car keys in front of a child to get more attention, and I don't take them seriously. In terms of mindset, the best advice I have for you is to create more than you consume. Mindless scrolling on these platforms will drain your dopamine and make you depressed. And information overload will put you in a state of analysis paralysis where you cannot move forward. You already know what to do. The real work is actually quite boring and clear. Just get to it. Pressure is a privilege. You will always perform better and make way more money when your back is against a wall. You have a deadline or something you have to do. You're forced to think bigger. You're forced to move faster than you think is comfortable. That will actually force you to produce better work. And finally, winners, everyone I've ever seen win in business or any other area of life, they all work with a sense of life or death urgency. They don't wait. They set deadlines and they take them seriously. And if you don't do this, from what I've seen in my experience, if you're not working with some sense of urgency, you're probably not going to make it. And this time next year, you're still going to be living the same life, making the same amount of money, having the same problems you have now, talking about how you're almost ready to go all in. I've seen it happen and it's really sad. If you go hard on organic list building, as I've showed you, for 90 days straight, you will be able to scale your income every single month with control. You will always know where your next sales are coming from, and you will never have to worry about viral reels or social media trends or rising ad costs ever again. If that sounds like the kind of business and lifestyle you want, I can help you build it. Right now, I'm working with a small group of entrepreneurs who want my help to turn their knowledge into a profitable offer or improve their existing offer, write the words to sell it, build an email list that they control, scale to 10K a month profit organically, and paid ads are optional once you're profitable, but organic must come first. I do not work with anyone who wants to skip organic content and go straight to running ads for reasons that I hope are clear if you've watched this far in the video. So if you'd like my help and you want in on the program, go ahead and DM me right now on Instagram with the word coaching so that I know you watched this. And my ManyChat bot will open a conversation and notify me to talk to you. And then we can talk personally, and I'll get you the details on how I can help you, how to join the coaching program, including the investment and everything else. I don't have setters and closers in my DMs. It's just me talking. And I'm happy to talk through whatever strategy you want to work on or whatever problems you're currently facing. And I promise you, I'm not going to pressure you. I'm not going to force you into a sale you don't feel comfortable with. If I had to do that, you're probably not a good fit for the program anyways. I just want to show you how I can help you by actually offering to help you. So if that sounds good to you, go ahead and DM me on Instagram with the word coaching so that it'll open a conversation. And I look forward to talking to you then. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you out there.